Hello and welcome to Snails and Fairy Dust. Today I want to show you how to make these fun little beaded flowers, which you can turn into earrings. You can make a necklace with them. You can make a bracelet with them. You can make one or you can make 100. I have obviously made a lot of them. I'm stocking up a local store, but I thought I would show you how to make them while I am doing that. So let's take a look at the supplies I'm using. I have Miyuki beads, but this time that's a round bead, and it's also a size 15, which is a really small bead. But you could use a size 11 round bead of any sort if that's what you have on hand. I have some chain I'm going to use for one style of the earrings. And I have some ear wires, and I have some little jump rings, which I'm going to use to attach the components together. The jump rings I have are sterling silver 5mm 20 gauge. I have fireline in 6-pound weight. And I have a size 12 beading needle. And I have little scissors. And I think that's it. Do I have anything else? Oh, I have pliers here to open the jump rings. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so I have about 3 feet of my fireline threaded on my needle, and I'm going to pick up 16 beads of my center color. So here we are, picking up our 16 beads. It's funny how when you don't speed up a beading video, how slow beading actually is, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm picking up my 16 beads. Here we go. And I'm going to slide these down towards the end of my thread, leave myself a good 3-inch tail, and then I'm going to make a knot. What kind of knot? This is called a square knot. So left over right and under, and right over left and under, if I remember correctly from Girl Scouts. So I've done that one time, and then I'm going to take the other side, the left over the right, and pull that tightly. Give it a good tug. And then you're going to take your needle and bring it underneath the next bead. It doesn't matter which direction you go. Just take it underneath the bead that's closest to it, like that. Pull it all the way through. And then we're going to start adding the beads for our petals. So for the first petal, I am going to pick up 7 of my colorful beads here, 7 beads per petal. And then I'm going to skip the next bead and take my needle through the following bead, like this. So pull that all the way through. And we have our first little petal. And then I'm going to do that again, pick up 7 more beads. Again, we will skip the next bead and bring our needle through the following bead. If I can manage to see it. There we go. Sorry for the bad angle there for a second, bad camera. So I'm coming through that next bead. I skipped one, going through the second one. There we go. And now we have 2 petals. And I'm going to keep working around the circle in this manner until I have 8 of these little petals. So skip a bead, go through the next bead, skip a bead, go through the next bead, and 7 beads for each petal. So I'm going to speed this up now because you don't need to watch me pick up beads in slow real-time motion. And when you get to your 8 petals, meet me back here, and then we will look at the next step. Okay, so here I am about to add my last petal. And when you add your last petal, you'll see that you end up bringing your needle through the very first bead where your petals begin. And then after you do that, you're going to take your needle and run it up through the first 3 beads in that first petal. And then we're going to add 7 beads. We're going to add to this petal. So you pick up 7 more beads. And then so you're going to skip the next bead and then come down the bead right to the left of the center bead. So I skipped the center bead in that petal, and then we're going to come through the bead right to the left of it. And we should have something that looks like this. And then I'm going to add a contrasting bead in between. And then for that one, I'm going to bring my needle through the next petal in the 3rd bead from the bottom, like so. And my needle is facing up. So I'm bringing it from the bottom up through that 3rd bead. And then I add 7 more beads. And again, I skip that center bead, bring my needle down through the bead directly to the left of the center bead. And then I'm going to pick up a accent bead. And then I take my accent bead and I'm going to bring the needle up through the bead that is the 3rd bead up from the bottom, like that. And then I skip the center bead again, pick up 7 beads, and bring my needle down through the bead to the left of the center bead, like that. And I'm going to carry on this way until I've completed adding a second part to each petal. So I pick up my accent bead, bring my needle through the 3rd bead up from the bottom in the next petal, and then I add 7 more beads, and bring my needle down through the bead to the left of the center bead. Okay, so you keep working that way. And when you are finished, meet me back here and we will finish off this part of the flower. Okay, so here we are. I'm about to finish that 8th petal, and I'm going to add in my accent bead, run my needle up through the petal next to it. And now I just want to get rid of this thread and finish off the flower. So this is our completed flower. We just have to finish it off now. So I'm going to run my needle down that petal that I just ended on. And then I'm going to run around the center of the circle. At some point, I'm just going to flip it over so I can see the thread I started with. And then I'm just going to keep running around these beads in the center circle until I meet the tail where we've started at the very beginning. So here we are. We're just going to follow this path around like so. Almost there. Okay, here we are. Are we there yet? I think we have one more. Yep, one more until we reach it. Okay, and now the bowstrings are exiting in the original place. And then we're going to again make that knot. So right over left and under. And then we go left over right and under. There we go. And then we're going to take the needle and we just want to run that thread and hide that end a bit. So I'm going to run it back through a couple more of the center beads and then up into a petal. So I'm just going to go a few beads into the petal and then I'm able to clip it. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to just grab some clippers, clip this here. And then I want to take the tail that we started with and thread a needle onto it and do the same exact thing. Just run that thread back through the beads a little bit and clip it. And then meet me back here and we will turn it into earrings. Okay, so I have made tons of these little flowers. Once you get the hang of it, I hope you'll make a lot too. And I'm going to show you one style and then another style that I use to turn them into earrings. So with this one, I'm just opening a jump ring and I'm going to attach it to the top of the petal. And then I close the jump ring. I've added it to the top of 2 petals basically. And I have that one done. And then I'm going to open another jump ring. And I'm going to add it to the top of this. Just make sure you get the center one. So I add it there. Close this jump ring up. Always make sure you are moving your jump rings sort of horizontally. Don't pull it apart. You don't want to do that. And then I close this. And there we go. We have one earring. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I think these earrings are kind of cute when they are sort of opposite of each other. Because I think it just adds a little bit of funk to your style, a little unexpected surprise. With jump rings, I always want to make sure they're definitely like touching. You don't want to stretch them out too far, just the minimal. So see, I'm flipping these over. I'm going to put my other jump ring at the top of that blue so that we have a little opposite action going on. And if you saw the beginning of the video, I have lots of like fluorescent color beads. I decided to show you on the blue beads because they just show up the best on camera, which is why I chose the blue. But if you like those fluorescent colors, they are in the Miyuki brand. They're called not fluorescent. What do they call them? Luminous. They call them luminous beads. So they have lots of different colors of the luminous beads. So now I'm going to show you a different style. This time we're going to make a little chain drop earring. I have cut a length of chain, and then this is how I sort of measure my chain. I put both ends of the length of chain on a needle so it hangs down and I could find the center. And then I'm going to use my wire cutters to just cut that center link. And there we go. Now I know they're both exactly the same length. You see this hot pink color here. So that I believe is called Luminous Wild Strawberry. If you were looking through the Miyuki catalog, they also have a purple one and a blue one and a yellow one. It's lots of fun colors in there. I do find with those beads, oh, sorry, I'm putting the chain on the jump ring. I think it's pretty obvious. I was just going to say with the luminous beads, I find that they don't hold their color. There are some Miyuki beads that aren't set up for like long-term wear. And the luminous beads are definitely one of those. I think they're great for earrings because your earrings aren't getting the sort of wear that say like a bracelet or a necklace would get. So you just want to keep that in mind when you're buying your beads. And when I'm closing this sort of ear wire on a chain that's so small, you just want to really make sure that that ball is touching the wire. And sometimes that means pushing it past the wire a little bit so that you get a tight fit. And there we have it. Here are some of the different earrings I've made. If you live in Brighton, you'll be able to find them at the Stanley Road store, which is where these guys are headed. And I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you will subscribe. See you again soon. All right, bye.